So guys, Squid Game, of course we have in June, the finale of all of Squid Game Season 3 will be released, and then we'll finally find out how that, after that Season 2 cliffhanger, what will actually happen at the end of Squid Game, because they're saying that is the end. But, Hwang Dong-hae came forward and he said that he is not done, the showrunner for that. I'm sorry, I butchered your name, buddy. I tried my best. The creator of Squid Game, God, people are going to cancel me because of this shit. So I got to tell you, he's a fantastic talent. What he did with Season 2 was great. There was a long gap between Season 1 and Season 2 of Squid Game, and he's talking about the showrunner saying, I had to fill in that gap. So he's exploring different events that take place outside of the main storyline, specifically between those two seasons, of new characters, maybe something else that's happening in that world, because he said there's a story there. But it's such a long time between 1 and 2, and they left that gap when they were actually going from Season 1 to 2 in the storyline. He wants to fill that in. He has ideas for it, new characters, all that. But my thing is, like, this is like the next tournament, right? They're hunting for it. They're looking for it. They're trying to find people. No tournaments happening. No games happening. So what do you tell a story of, actually? A backstory? I don't want a backstory. The whole idea of Squid Game is the actual games. You're going for the money. You're trying to, who's going to survive? Who's going to die? That's the idea of it. I just don't understand where you're going to make any. Yes, Squid Games. We've seen this on Netflix. They've done 2 seasons. They did a spin-off season, or they had a reality show too, where people got actually hurt during that reality show, which is kind of crazy to me too. Again, they got frostbite, and they were trying to do it again. Like, I knew they were going to do something like that, but can we do this to actually make it work without having the Squid Games? That's my question, because I think we have to have the games. What is the show without the games? So I like the idea of, like, we got to fill in the gaps, but like it's going to be called Squiddy. Let's call it Squiddy. And it'd be like a kid's show about squids and triangles and circles and squares and all that jazz. Maybe we do that. And Squiddy is as a triangle who fell in love with a square. And unfortunately, society did not like that. And so, they got into a game.
I volunteer as tribute to skip the filler episodes. Thank you.
So, Angela.
Call him Inky.
You don't see a point? Inky, you don't see a point of a spin-off of Squid Game at all?
I mean, I think the only game, like, more cutthroat than Squid Games is the Netflix executives, like, pitching spin-offs.
Right?
Honestly, it's I don't know, like square, triangle, circle. I don't know what the heck they're going to do. Like, let's do a hexagon or a star, or what are we going to
I do love what they did for this new season, Angela, where they were like making new children games up too during the whole thing, or adding new children games with the merry-go-round one.
Or I don't even. It's like, I mean, I know it's becoming its own like beast, a franchise beast, but it's just, I hope it. I mean, I guess they hope they stay smart and it doesn't really go that full. I mean, the full Hunger Games route, we already have that whole thing, but it's just that starts.
Which we have the prequels and the spin-offs coming from that too. We have all that happening too.
And they've done good. And again, I'm down for the Haymitch stuff. But I don't know. I mean, Squid Game, I mean, I'll be honest, I haven't like fully immersed in it, but I mean, from what I have seen, I mean, it's okay, but I don't know.
This though. This might put a curveball in your day too, because on top of that, David Fincher is actually developing an American version of Squid Game on top of this. We talked about that a while ago too. So if you're going to be doing a reboot of the show, why are we doing spin-offs also on top? I think it could get convoluted. I think it could really wear down the story, and also the fans might not want that. I like Fincher, but I mean, like, why are we doing something that already works too? And then why are we trying to do spin-offs of that's not actually the games? I just don't see it working.
Yeah.
But you know what? It might show me wrong.
I think we're on the same wavelength here. I don't think that, I don't know. Yeah, you start getting all this stuff, all these storylines involved and all this, it just starts getting a little crazy. And I don't really know how, I mean, it might translate well on the US side, you know what I mean? Like an American version, but I don't know.
It swept the nation. The trailer drop for the new season was like 12 million views in the first day. It was insane. Like, it was blowing up.
Oh, was it? Okay, 12. Yeah, that's a reasonable amount. I mean, people do like the whole gory, the way the storyline of this goes. I mean, people like that stuff, so it's like it's going to have an audience. That's why they have a franchise for this now. But I don't know. I'm not super into it, so I'm like, it doesn't really gravitate to me.
Yeah, I get that. And the thing is, like, and it's very gory. It's not for everybody. I think it is fun how they're playing the actual games, though. I think that's fun. It's like it's interesting, different twist on it. This new season,
Again, it's going to hit a specific niche, right? Target audience, and that's fine. But I mean, it doesn't really it doesn't. I mean, for me personally, I'm not like like over the moon
not
for it.
racing out to Netflix, turning it on to catch it. You're not going to binge this, yeah.
Yeah, no. I mean, no.
Who's this for? Queen says.
I'd rather watch something Timothy Chalamet's in. So.
Oh no, Chalamet! No,
it's fine.
I know.
Boy, you really must hate Squid Games, huh?
Oh boy, Peppy, would you watch Chalamet in that?
I won't watch this bullshit.
Okay.
Yeah,
Peppy,
I would, for sure. If he was in there, I'd watch.
How about Sean? Sean, who's this for? Do you want to see a Squid Game spinoff? Do you like the original series at all? Are you excited about this?
I like the original series. I can't say I cared enough to continue with it when it came back, and I can't say that I'll come back to it on 3. I'm with you. I definitely feel like the most interesting part of Squid Games is the games itself. It's got lore, it's got backstory. Sure, it creates this interesting environment and life, or like foundation of where you can kind of build backstories from. I think there's a lot there. To me, honestly, like if you went with like the route of Lost, where you started to kind of play with time and how characters are interacting, and then you get to maybe I could see this, but I don't know. I don't know if audiences have the appetite for that kind of spinoff for this. It's interesting. It's stylistically very like replicable. It sells a lot of Halloween costumes, I'm sure. But no, I don't know, man. I don't know. I really enjoyed season 1 and was kind of like, let's just let the story be. It's okay that we don't get everything, and it's fine to have some nuance and and then they did that shit with Mr. Beast, and I was like, that's terrible.
The Mr. Beast and the Beast Wars thing.
Yeah, right.
Which had also a bunch of different lawsuits too on top of that, and they're going to do 2 more seasons of that too.
Yeah, why not? He ruined Love, Death, and Robots. I know that for sure, but I don't know. I think should they do it? They have every right to do whatever the hell they want. I do think it is an interesting world that they've presented to people. I just don't. I don't know. I don't see where you spin off without the games and the focus of that. So
that's the biggest thing. And of course, GR is super excited about this. He's yawning thinking about Squid Game right now. GR.
I don't think this is GR's thing at all.
This is not. I told him about these things. What the fuck he said? I don't want to talk about Squid Game. I'm like, come on, GR.
No, I'm not going to have a.
Come on, GR.
I'll be honest with you. I watched 10 minutes of the first show and said, this is bullshit. And I haven't watched the second since. And I don't care. You want to spin it off, It'll die anyway.
You didn't even get to the games, GR. You probably didn't get to the games. That's the most fun of it,
Brian, no.
Come on. Maybe the spinoff will be about how GR finds his way to the games, and he's actually going to be in season 4.
How's that song go? To dream. What's that, John?
The Impossible Dream? Is that what you're going for?
Yeah.
Impossible Dream.
Well, you got cut from Squid Game season 1, right?
Yeah.
No, I would have just killed them all and won the money.
He's very sensitive about that, Sean. He's very sensitive about that.
That's why we can't have American Squid Games. It's just going to be kids find a gun. Like I don't know.
No.
Which they just take out of Dad's locker, I don't know.
That's where my dad's. I don't think my dad had a gun. I don't want to put that out there. So.
There were lots of guns in my family house when I grew up. Oh my God.
Marlene allowed it. Marlene was a big gun. Yeah.
I was like, why don't we just have like guns everywhere? Because we used to shoot deer, but we never did because we never hunted in my family. And so if we did go hunting, and nobody ever would have hunted, not one person, there's a layer of dust in everyone. It probably wouldn't work. They're still in the same spot when I was like 4 years old. They're in the same spot.
You said Marlene would go on all those trips and come back very bedraggled and very, and bloody. And you'd be like, what are you doing? You're like, don't worry about it. Go back to sleep. I got my guns. Don't worry about it. You were telling me this. You were saying this in the green room. What are you talking about?
I went hunting one time. Marlene's like the worst hunter, I would say. I'm not going to lie. I love my mom.
Cover. That's her cover.
Maybe. I hunted one time. I got my ass kicked when I shot the gun one time, and I said never again. And that was it for Brian.
Oh, yeah. Brian.
Never again.
But it's fun. You get to kill things, you know?
Well, maybe for you, GR. It wasn't my thing.
It's fun.
It's like, oh, there's Bambi.
Dinner.
Yeah. A lot of people that are like that, especially in northern Michigan, which is, good. There's so many deer. There's so many deer. It's
You gotta
insanity.
control the population. They get in the crops. They ruin that.
Yeah, insanity. They hit your cars. They hit me one time. I'm just saying. That might as well get Squid Game for deer. That's what I want, Right? That could be the second
Now,
season.
that might be interesting.
Squid Game for deer. They're playing the games. But they're like it's like Jurassic Park, but they're smart deer.
Reindeer Squid Games.
Yes.
Reindeer. You're right.
Ooh, I like that one, Sean.
It's just that easy, guys.
It's that simple. It's that
just
simple.
that easy.
Super simple. There we go.
Anyways, but nobody wants this.
Content.
It seems like nobody wants this, but even like the idea of Fincher redoing this too is like, Sean, I think you should still watch the second season. It is really well done,
I'll do it for you and Marlene.
But maybe wait until end of June, because then you can actually, if you like it that much, you can just springboard right into the back half and watch the rest of it. It's only like 8 episodes or 7 episodes that first half, so it's a shorter season too. But there's a cliffhanger that leaves it in the middle of the games, which is kind of like, so they leave you hanging, nail biting like GR was too. Yeah, there's new games.
Is that how you got that wound, GR? You were biting your nails too much?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they're short now.
Eventually.
The Fincher thing, though, he's too busy. I guess it's going to be a while till they do that as well.
I want another season of Mindhunter. God damn it, where's that, Fincher?
I don't think it's happening.
I know we're never getting it, and I'm not happy about it.
He's doing the Cliff Booth movie right now with, again, that thing just building up more and more. He has a Squid Game thing in the back, but there's another series I saw he was looking at too. So he's got a lot of stuff that he's working on. Fincher's going to be busy for years. So Mindhunter is done, I think. I think it's done.
It's been done.
Yeah. And Fincher's he's chaotic. He's just doing his thing. So he's got a big thing.
You're not making Sean happy here, Brian.
Yo, player, if you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe and hit the bell to be notified when we are live. And if you are able to join our Patreon, please join. Because the Pep Star needs more snickety snacks. Because I'm hungry. Holla back. Love y'all. KRUSE CONTROL Show. KRUSE CONTRol Show.